Hello everybody, my name is Maria Shiweda. I am Maria the Prophet. Today I am bringing you content still on my testimony of Prophet TB Joshua and the Synagogue Church of All Nations, Lagos, Nigeria, West Africa. We are looking at the immediate things that happened in 2021. The things that happened before June 5th, the departure of Prophet TB Joshua. There is a video on Michael Jackson's spirit leaving Staples Center. The emphasis is on Staples Center. And there's another video that I'll reference as we go in this video. That will be good to reference. Back in January of 2021, I called the Synagogue Church of All Nations, not the prayer lines. I called the main number. I called because I wanted to speak to Prophet TB Joshua himself or get the information I was reporting to get to Prophet TB Joshua immediately. This was the information about his death. That was the information about his departure. This was a call that lasted for more than 30 to 40 minutes. Then I couldn't get the person to understand the perspective of things, the magnitude of the message I was reporting. I started crying. People, I cried like a baby. I'm somebody who doesn't cry, but I cried. So I told the person, I'm like, this is not about me. For me, the worst has already happened way back in 2015. Nothing on this earth, on this planet can happen that will be worse than what happened in 2015. This is about the death of a man of God. This is about the death of Prophet TB Joshua. Do you want him to die? Do you know how many people he prays for? Do you know how many lives he touched? Do you know how many people depend on him, on his prayer? Person just wanted to pray for me. So at some point I had to agree to that prayer. Before I agreed, I listened to my spirit like that. My spirit was saying, as the person is praying, the prayer is going directly to Prophet TB Joshua to report my message. Then I agreed to be prayed for. Soon after the prayer finished, God started speaking. He said that person was now anointed. I was like, what? Do you have to do it that way? He said there's no other way. I was shocked. At that moment, I forgot I even have called in about the departure of Prophet TB Joshua. I forgot about the fear that I had or of an event happening. I forgot, but I have shed tears, and I never had to shed tears for anything in my life, but I've shed tears that day for that very long time like a baby. So fast forward to just days before June 5th. But first I have to tell you this. There were many prizes that were put up for the head of Prophet TB Joshua. There was this event of if they could cut off TB Joshua, then they can get to me. And there was another pastor there. If they could cut me off, then they can get to that pastor too. They were saying he was lucky. So now, days before June 5th, there was celebration already. There was an event that happened in Florida it happened in 2020, sometime last year, but I didn't know about it. I came to know about it when I came back from my assignment in January. When I got home, I found the war on resurrection in my house. And I was like, God, what is this? I just came from an assignment. I'm so tired, exhausted, and I have to jump right into another war. I jumped into that war, but I couldn't understand now the information that God was giving to me because, I knew the people he was talking about. I didn't understand. But apparently there was a tragedy. I came to find out a few months later. I was forced to look it up online. I went online and then I looked it up. There it was. God was right. Well, as always. But what they wanted to do was to have that the war on resurrection was for the event to be performed here in the United States. But God did not have it that way. So now came June 5th. The war was to wipe off Prophet TB Joshua at all costs. And that event right there, the January event, this thing was cooked right here in the United States. So just before June 5th, I got a call. Somebody in the United States works with somebody in Ghana. They work for the same company in Ghana. This person in the United States calls me. I remember the call lasted for probably an hour. I was being read. I could I could feel somebody pulling my spirit, and I could feel as virtue was going out of me. I could hear yet the information that was being given to the person, just like other people like who were given information. It's like that same information that was given to this person here. I just left it like that. Came June 5th, I didn't get to hear the physical news on time, but it was still in the spirit for me. The news about his departure was in the spirit everywhere for me. His wife reading the will and all that. It comes very direct. The only thing is that I was kept extremely busy. I couldn't process. Usually I was also kept busy, but this time it was, the levels were high. So I didn't get to hear the news on time until after I got the grand tour. I do think that I could have heard it on that June 5th, because I received a call from Nigeria and I got the person off the line, told them that I was in a war that was assigned to me and I had to go. So, but there was this celebration in the spirit that I couldn't understand at all. And I also have seen a few other events. That's now how the thing was arranged, to go through the person in the United States who is connected to me, and also connected to the person in Ghana. So that's how that was arranged, and that's where that was just a few days before June 5th. So I got to know the person, how the events were going to take place right there and then. This is where you hear a man who said he killed Prophet TB Joshua right there. That's when I got to know the event. That's when I got to know about him. This man is literally pulling my spirit. So that's how I get to know about him. Now, after the departure, there was this total celebration in the spirit. And the celebration was, remember what I told you about the Staples Center? They wanted to lay him in Staples Center, right? And then I declared that out. They were now happy thinking they killed him, and now they can fill the place. There's a vacant place in the kingdom of darkness that needed to be filled by someone's spirit, somebody strong. This celebration meant they had captured Prophet TB Joshua's spirit, and now they'll use his spirit. That place that got vacant, you have to watch the video of Namibia. As of 2020, your flag belongs to you. I'm describing a man. As I was presented with the ocean shore, there's this man that I met that happened to be my father. So the vacant, what got him out of the ocean was prayers from the Synagogue Church of All Nations. And if you remember, in September of 2019, there was that mass living water service that, combined with the prayers, non-stop prayers that were being done on me, forced his spirit. They forced them to push out his spirit. Only if you could see, if pastors could see it, I'm sure they're laughing. But yeah, that's war right there. They needed that vacancy to be filled. What mattered was being a man of God, of a certain caliber. I think that's what mattered. Now they needed to fill that vacancy. So that was what this whole celebration was about. The middle of June and July, I remember when I was given an assignment. While you people are busy processing the departure of Prophet TB Joshua, we were busy. I was kept extremely busy. So while everybody out there is processing the departure or mourning or celebrating, I was kept busy. I actually had to go on another assignment right there, just days after the news. A lot of things had to be sealed. A lot of things have to be done. There was no time to be in the mourning mode for me. There was none of that. And there was a reason too, as I came to find out. Like, not one reason, millions of reasons apparently. Well, I understood. That's where the news of this man comes in, who says he killed Prophet TB Joshua. Around August there, this news changed. August was the month of celebration. They wanted to, the celebration here, August was the month of that ceremony to celebrate that accomplishment, wiping off Prophet TB Joshua. Now, during that celebration, they were supposed to lay his spirit in there, in that vacancy that was just open. To their shock, they could not touch the man's spirit. They could not touch his spirit. They could not use his spirit. Matter of fact, everything scattered. The fire of God, don't play. When you hear pastors saying, "Touch not my anointed," that's where that very statement came in there. I was shocked. I'm watching all these things. I was shocked. I already knew like I had the information, but then when it's actually happening, they still that shocked, yeah, it's really here, it's happening. God doesn't lie. So there's that satisfaction within you. So now they found out that they could not even touch his spirit, they couldn't use it. Prophet TB Joshua was extremely tired. He was just ready to go. I still remember this, June 3rd to June 5th. I was like arguing with him. He's not really arguing with me, but I'm the one arguing with him like that. I don't know the best word here. Please help me with the vocabulary. So I was saying he himself wants to die. That's not gonna happen. My covenant is not his. I have my own covenant. He has his own covenant. So he in that area, it's not his choice. It's not his choice to die or to not die. All these 6 years, those were the words like that. Ever since I got my covenant, those were the words that would be repeated over and over to him, and hence that call that I made to the main line of the church, crying. That call was for me not to worry about his departure in the first place, but there was no way I cannot know about it, because the information has to come to me. It just meant it's coming, the information is coming to me, but then the levels of business were really high, so I didn't have time to process, and it's non-stop. So I didn't have time to process it. That very man who said I killed Prophet TB Joshua, it was August. I still remember I was going to the store. He actually started while I was home, so I was trying to ignore it and leave the house. So I went to go to the store, but he persisted. I was in a war mode at the time. I was pretty angry. But so yeah, he was presented with that same information he was presented with, and then he realized that it didn't matter whether Prophet TB Joshua was there or not. I fight the same way, because most of these things were assigned to me directly. That was my own training, personal training. When it's me, everything I see my other self doing is fight. I like this nice person here that can smile. Yeah, this one I like. But that other one, I'm afraid. No, the spirit of Prophet TB Joshua cannot be used. And the man who said they killed Prophet TB Joshua, he came to find out that day when he came to me that it wasn't actually the kingdom of darkness that killed Prophet TB Joshua. There were other events. The man was tired. God had another plan. I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you again for watching. My name is Maria Chiwetha. I am Maria the Prophet. Thank you for subscribing.